So I want to go back earlier in your life so we can sort of get a little perspective on where you were at their age. So let's start out that accent. I recognize it's either Brooklyn or New Jersey. Where are you from?
New Jersey.
That's what I figured. Where'd you grow up?
London, in East London, a place called Dagenham, where it's like Detroit, where the Ford Motor Company plant is, where every house is pre-identical, and in those days was filled with Ford Motor Company workers. Very industrial, blue collar, tough town.
And how many kids in your family?
Just me.
Just me, only child. And what did your parents do for work?
My dad worked at Ford Motor Company, and my mother worked in the factory next door in the car battery plant, pouring acid into car batteries for 25 years.
So, humble roots, to say the least.
Yeah, humble roots, but knowing certain values. My dad was the kind of guy, when he once found a wallet full of money, he took it to the police station. Didn't even look in it. It's just like, they're Scottish family, by the way. We lived in London, my family's Scottish. And my mum always said to me, I don't know if this is true, or she made it up, but I've always thought of it a lot. The guy who started Woolworths started with a shopping cart, selling on street corners, and now he owns stores all over the world. And her moral was, you can do anything. My parents were so supportive. I could have said, I want to be a circus clown, want to join the parachute regiment, want to go to Oxford or Cambridge, which I think I would have got into. My grades were good enough to have gotten in. But no matter what it was, I got nothing but full support. My parents never said I wasn't going to make it. They never said, that's a bad idea. They would just, whatever it was, I could honestly, literally as nutty as joining the circus, my mum would have said, great, how do we help you? And that gives you a lot of confidence, that your parents are there to push you. So yes, very poor background, but always believing, I'm not going to live here, I'm not going to work at Ford Motor Company. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I respect my dad worked night shift for 30 years, night shift. And while my mum was pouring acid in car batteries. But I didn't even think about it. And, they were on strike a lot. There's a lot of strikes in factories. So I remember they couldn't pay the bills and various things, but then nobody could in the town because the whole town was on strike. So they're not going to evict everybody, are they, in the entire town? But yeah, that's my upbringing.